wondering. And I've been wondering about measurement. Have you been wondering about measurement too? I hear people measuring things all the time. How much do you weigh? How tall are you? How far away do you live? How much time will it take? You can measure all sorts of things. You can measure time, you can measure liquid, you can measure weight, you can measure distance, you can measure temperature, you can even measure the degrees of in angles. There are so many things that we can measure. But what if I said to you, I'm 25? 25 what? Am I 25 meters? Am I 25 grams? Am I 25 kilograms? Am I 25 years? Am I 25 minutes away? Am I 25 kilometers away? There are so many confusing things about measurement. So when we give people measurements, we have to tell them the number and the unit of measure, which is either going to be meters or grams or liters or anything really can be a unit of measure. For a long time, people didn't know how to measure things with rulers, so they used to use all sorts of things. Today we're going to do a little activity where we're going to be measuring in paper clips. Paperclip is going to be our unit of measure. I'm going to write that down. Paperclip. Now what I'd like to see today is the width of my paper. How many paper clips fits along the width of my paper? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Be very careful when you're putting them that they touch each other, that there's no spaces in between. 6. Uh-oh, I'm not even going to fit a whole paper clip there. Should we estimate and say that's half a paper clip? Our width of our paper is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and a half paper clips. So I'm going to write 6 and 1/2 paper clips. But what if my unit of measure was something else? What if my unit of measure were teaspoons? Imagine if we measured everything in teaspoons. That would be funny. Let me see here. How many teaspoons? Let's see. And maybe this time we'll measure the width of the paper again. Let's fit it right on. That's 1 teaspoon. Not even a whole teaspoon. Maybe that's 1/3 of a teaspoon. Or do you think it's closer to a half? Shall we call it a half again? 1 and 1/2 teaspoons. All sorts of things can be used to measure. For a long time, people used to measure with their body parts. What I'd like you to do is I'd like you to put your foot on a piece of paper and trace around it and cut it out. And then I want you to see who else in your house has got very big feet. Maybe dad, maybe grandpa, maybe mom. And I want you to put their foot on a piece of paper. Trace it, cut it out, and then I'd like you to measure something. Maybe the passage or a carpet. And I want you to measure how many of your feet, the smaller one, fitted on the width or the length of the carpet. And then I want you to measure how many of the big feet fitted along the width or the length of whatever it is you're measuring. And I want you to write that down. And then tomorrow we're going to do some more things on measurement. And then I'd love to hear what you've come up with.